From hot laps to quad busting bump runs, let's ski through my go-to runs across the Twin Cities. What's going on, Midwest skiers and riders? Today, we're gonna be diving into my favorite ski runs across the Twin Cities. Quick, lappable runs that I keep coming back to each and every season. Well, actually, multiple times per season. And for the sake of this video, I'm talking about ski areas that roughly are an hour or less from Minneapolis. And I will pop all of the ski areas that fit that criteria on the screen right now. But what makes a good run, especially to me, because this is all a little bit subjective? Well, for me, it's all about lapability and ease of access. On top of that, I want something that's relatively consistent and steepish in pitch. Now, with the verticals that we're working with in this region, it needs to be kind of a moderate pitch because the steeper that it is, obviously the fewer turns and the shorter the run is going to be. So I like finding that balance between the two. A great example on one extreme is Chicken at Welch Village. It's a really solid and super steep run, but because it's so steep, it's very short with a huge run out at both the top and the bottom. Personally, I prefer something that's going to be more consistently pitched that allows me to make more turns throughout the run. And lastly, I love mogul skiing. It's basically one of my favorite things right now, especially as I continue to hone my skills as a skier. I've been skiing for over 32 years at this point, but every season, bump skiing is where I continuously get better and more technical at skiing. So yes, there will be a couple of mogul runs included on this list as well. But without further ado, let's dive right into it. Number 5, Dee's Dive at Afton Alps. It's short, it's fast, and it might be the most underrated ski run on this list. Dee's Dive is quintessential Midwest lap skiing. Chair 7 is a fast double with a 2-minute and 6-second uphill time that offers 200 feet of vertical. And yes, I know it's not the biggest or the steepest on this list, but the lapability here is insane. There is no messing around. Once you unload, you're right on the run, leading down into your first turns. The pitch is super solid and basically has very little run out. The run's location is also a huge positive, since it's pretty much located on an island, cut off from a lot of the other runs in the area. This means that there's no cross traffic and it's often less traveled because it's not really in the Alps area, the Highlands area, or even the Meadows. It's kind of in its own world. Plus, you can park right in front of the lift, making it extremely easy to lap, even if you only have a couple of hours. The only downsides to this run is that you do have to go all the way into the valley to park, and you're not getting the full 300 feet of vertical that you would get, say, over at the Highlands. But given the pitch, lack of crowds, and lapability, I think it's well worth the trade-off. But that brings us to number 4, Dud's Dream at Welch Village. You knew that there were going to be some bump runs on this list, and this is one of them. This run is located on Welch's east side and is served by the Cannon Valley Quad, which is a 4-minute and 24-second lift ride, the longest on this list. But the run itself, well, it's awesome. With about 300 feet of vertical, this run has solid length, height, and best of all, it has moguls. Bumps start forming in February and last throughout the end of the season, and although they do take a little bit to get skied in, it's well worth the wait. Now, there is a long lead into the actual pitch and moguls, but the payoff is generally well worth it. The pitch is solid and the length of the mogul line is decent at about 630 feet in length, giving you plenty of turns per lap. And although the lift is longer than I'd like it to be, it's sometimes a welcome rest when you're in the middle of a bump session. The run's location is also a solid win because you can park over by Jack's and ride right up the quad to avoid a lot of the main chalet traffic. If you want a break or just a little more variety, you can always hop over to Dan's Dive and Pete's Pike, some of my other favorites across Welch's lineup, especially on the east side. But that brings us to number 3, South Wild at Wild Mountain. South Wild is one of Wild Mountain's signature runs located pretty much in the middle of the ski area. This run is off of Chair 3, Wild's new Skytrack quad, which takes exactly 3 minutes to get to the top and gains you 300 feet of vertical. South Wild has a great and relatively consistent pitch, and although South and North Wild are technically 2 runs, they're pretty much one super wide open line, which is excellent for short radius turns or if you want to gain some speed and spread things out a little more. Given it's adjacent to Chair 3, it makes this run extremely lappable. The only downside to this run is that Chair 3 can see significant traffic, given that it's the main way out of the chalet. If that's the case, you can always ride Chair 4, although it is going to be a longer ride. But hey, If you're looking to get laps in like I am, you're likely not going to be skiing during those peak hours regardless. If you are planning on lapping this one, park over by the ski patrol building for quick access to Chair 3 and to avoid any traffic from the main chalet. Now, one run that you're not going to want to avoid is our number 2 spot, Wild Finale at Welch Village. I think some of you probably figured that we would be circling back to Welch Village because there is no denying that their terrain is awesome, especially for its location. Wild Finale is located right in front of the main chalet and is served by the Lookout Quad, a 3-minute lift ride. You'll be getting a true 300 feet of vertical with this one, so you're wasting absolutely no time. As soon as you unload, boom, you're right into skiing. This run has a great pitch and flows into Lookout, creating a big playground that basically follows the direct fall line. This gives you plenty of room to spread things out, or if you want to take some tighter radius turns, you can always hug the tree line. Given that this run is super close to the chalet and main parking area, it's also super easy to get in and out. Similar to South Wild though, this is going to be a little more heavily trafficked on those busier days, but the combination of vertical, pitch, and accessibility makes this one of the most lappable runs across the Twin Cities. Now, before we get into my top Twin Cities Metro run, if you enjoy content like this, do me a favor and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out and ensures that you don't miss any of our future videos. Okay, number 1. Crossroads at Buck Hill. Crossroads is located smack dab in the middle of Buck and is served by their new quad, which takes 2 minutes and 42 seconds to get to the top. A quick ride that basically follows the direct fall line. Although you're only getting 250 feet of vertical with this run, the shorter lift time coupled with its terrain is well worth the trade-off in my opinion. And yeah, the terrain, let's talk about that, because this is a mogul skier's dream. The operator that forms these bumps is a master at it, meaning that they are ready to ski right when they are built. No need to ski them in. Best of all, Buck typically builds these bumps by the end of December, so you'll get plenty of time to get those bump laps in. The bump line is a great length at about 650 feet, which gives you plenty of turns without being ridiculously overwhelming. I often hear people complain that the Midwest doesn't provide enough of a challenge or a workout to prepare for out west skiing. Well, yeah, why don't you take 25 continuous bump runs on Crossroads? And I doubt that you'll ever make that statement again. Outside of bump skiing, Crossroads is just an overall solid run. It's not super steep, but it is consistent, and it's great for lapping given the short lift ride. This run is definitely my go-to metro spot. 250 feet of vertical might not be the biggest, but given its pitch, bumps, and location, it's unbelievable when it comes to what I value in a solid ski run. But what did I miss? Did I miss your favorite metro run? Do you like steeper? Do you like longer? Drop it in the comments below. And as always, hit that subscribe button if you want to see more ski content throughout the year. But until next time, I hope everybody has a great week. Pray for that snow, and I'll see you out there.